Okay guys, so we're getting ready to start putting in the winter garden. Can you believe it? It's already the winter garden time. So there's going to be a lot of things going on in the garden to get it ready, and yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick tour before we have a fun week of garden prep and cleanup and planting and all the fun stuff. Okay guys, so this is my herb bed. It is a Vego garden bed, which thank you Vego garden beds for sponsoring all of my garden tours for the year. They sent me one of these and I absolutely love it. And we have some Thai basil in here, which needs to be trimmed because it is covering up the sage down below. In the middle we have some leeks. We have our bundle that we had planted during the holidays, which has sage, rosemary, and thyme. And then we have some carrots over here, which yes, I do wish there were more, but there are not. I didn't plan better. And then we have some celery right here. You will see random celery throughout my garden. I'm growing a ton of celery because I use the celery leaves to make my celery salt. Now below here, you'll find some chervil, which I'm gonna dry a lot of chervil this year. Chervil is one of my favorite seasonings for chicken, like my favorite herbs. So I'm gonna dry a lot of it because I use the parsley both for everything else essentially, but the chervil, I strictly pretty much use it for chicken. So we also have some Italian oregano. We have the parsley here, which I need to start trimming. If you guys keep your parsley trimmed, it will bush out like crazy and then you'll get a ton of parsley, which we need because I need to make sure that we have enough dried. We have another little sage right there and a garlic chive. Now over here we have our sweet marjoram that is always going through it, but it's getting better. It's getting healthier over there. And then in front we have some rosemary that is like looking like it's uprooting itself, but I'm gonna go through and fill all of my pots that are low in soil. So we'll talk about me doing that later on this week. And then we start our greens. So we have some mustard greens here, some curly mustards, and then we have some collards. So guys, soil depletion is a thing in my garden because I have red wiggler worms everywhere. Like they're just everywhere. Even pots that I didn't think that they were in, they find their way in there. So they're everywhere and they really do take care of the soil, but I do need to add soil onto it. Luckily, after all you guys telling me I needed to continue planting my potatoes deep, even though it took me forever to dig them out, I am going to at least go halfway on the pot. So I have some soil that has been composting in the pot with the potatoes, and I'm going to use that to fill all of the little pots that need to be filled. Now these ones are all going to get planted. I need to plant my radishes back in there. I've been meaning to do it forever. And then I also have some sweet alyssum that I'm going to put in like the little pots and maybe like the hanging pots and stuff like that for the bees. But we have some collards over here looking amazing and they're starting to grow back. These smaller collards, I do need to get their first rounds of leaves off so that then they'll start growing tall. Then we have some lettuce. Now guys, these are my store-bought lettuces. They were the live lettuces where I just took off what I needed and then planted them, and look at how healthy they are. They're like a little bitty, I think they're butter crunch, but they are just really healthy and happy, and we've been having a lot of Taco Tuesdays. Then we have some kale here, Brussels sprouts in the middle, kale. This is my biggest celery. It is growing in nicely. And then we have some romaine lettuce here, some more kale, and look at this Swiss chard. Swiss chard, I swear, takes over the garden. So you really only need like 1 or 2 plants to like feed a family of like a million, because Swiss chard takes over. Now guys, one of my goals is to plant a year's supply of like greens, like country greens that I can mix together. That doesn't include the Swiss chard, because the Swiss chard it's not as like a thick of a leaf as a collard green or like a kale or something like that. So you will see a lot of the kales, collard greens, and mustard greens throughout my garden. But the Swiss chard is really good to saute down, like with fish or anything like that, and it will go through like most of like the early part of the summer, which will give us some greens that taste good throughout like the beginning part of the summer. It'll last way longer than any of the other greens. Now moving right along here, we have some shishito peppers. Shishito peppers is one of our favorites, guys. So we have one here that is covered in shishito peppers. These ones are a lot spicier. These ones were sent to me by one of our subscribers, Mark, and these shishito peppers are way spicier than these shishito peppers. These ones came from our garden that we've been growing the same seed for a while now. And as you can see, like, this one is huge. We have, this plant is like 2 years old. Well, it's going on 2 years old, so it has grown really tall and it just produces a lot, like crazy. And then we have our 2 smaller shishito peppers. These ones came from this one, and they are starting to produce now too, which is exciting. Look at all those little flowers. We have Miss Eggy back there. She is our, I think she's gonna be 6 this year. If she survives, come August, she will be 6. But look at, there's little eggplants coming in right there. And then we have Miss Eggy's daughter, which is Big Nisi. She is right there and slowly but surely growing. Now up top here we have some mint. That I love having mint throughout my garden, guys, because I use it a lot for cooking, and then also we just make a lot of tea with it. And then look at this big cabbage. I'm not sure what type of cabbage this is. I think it might be a Jersey cabbage because it's starting to look like it's gonna cone. So that would be nice because Jersey cabbages are delicious. And then we have a random mustard green there. I dropped a seed in there a long time ago and then just never took it out when it started growing, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. Okay guys, so if you notice, we no longer have a Yuli in her garden. Yuli was our random tomato, but don't worry, we have a Yuli number 2 coming in. So you guys will have to wait and see which of my berries will be Yuli number 2. And would you look at this big tall beast? This is our black cherry tomato. It is just really huge and just has like tomatoes on it. As you guys can see, we've got like some little tomato sets coming in. So we're gonna get black cherries this year. I'm excited about that. I do need to prune this so that we can keep it healthy and keep it happy, but that will be in an upcoming video. Below it, guys, look at this. We still have Genovese basil. Normally it is not like this because it's too cold, but it's been hot. So we have basil. We also have our sweet peas are trying to grow up. Normally what happens is that these grow way faster than this, but it has been warm, so the tomato grew way faster than the peas. So there's that. We have our ginger that I'm going to be pulling up to see if we actually got ginger. So I'll do that in a video with you guys this week. I'm not sure, but we're gonna see if we got some. And then moving down here, we have some more cabbage right here. Once again, not sure of the variety. We have one Roma tomato that just looks like it's been through some stuff in life, so we don't know what's gonna go on with that, but I'm gonna leave it. And then we have tons of collards. And we have some random cilantro here and over there. And then we have some romaine lettuce there and there. And then some more celery right here. Yeah, it's gonna be a really green like season coming up. And then look at this, guys. Our snapdragons decided to come back even though they look a little spotty and terrible. Now guys, over here we have our turmeric, which the turmeric feels like it rooted. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be fine. Big Nisi, I'm trying to make sure that it stays alive. We have turmeric over there too. And we're gonna see if it blossoms and turns into, like, you know, turmeric. We have our lemongrass, which I still need to cut back, guys. It has been on the list and it is not liking the cold. And I need not to waste that much lemongrass. We have some broccoli. Look how big and beautiful this broccoli is. But if you guys know me, you know that I'm gonna prune the crap out of this. So that is gonna be it next up on the list. And below it, we have some cilantro that is already trying to bolt. And then we have some parsley here. And once again, we have another little sweet pea that just never did anything. So guys, I'm so bummed about my sweet peas. If you guys know, have been watching our channel for a while, you know that sweet peas are kind of like our Shabbat snack. Like, we would just gather a bunch of sweet peas and then we would just eat them with like ranch, like all Shabbat. And normally we have like a bucket, like we get bucket full of sweet peas, but this year it's didn't cool down as quickly as it needed to, so they just never really came in. That did mean we get a lot of peppers and tomatoes, which is really exciting, but yeah, I would have loved some sweet peas. And one thing I haven't grown in a while are beets. So these are our Detroit red beets, and then this one is one golden beet. I think I have one more right there and right there. Guys, look, I have weeds. I haven't had weeds in my garden in forever, so I think it's been a couple years. So I'm gonna have to make sure I get those out. We have my favorite sweet Marconi peppers coming in nice. Look at these nice little peppers coming in here. I cannot wait for these things to grow because these are my absolute favorite peppers. I kind of wish I had more planted. I'll probably plant some more of them. And then we have our Thumb Tom tomatoes. Look at these. Aren't these adorable and cute? Once again, let these things ripen on here because they do not taste great if you try to let them ripen on the countertop. Now over here we have some lemon balm. Now growing lemon balm in this pot versus the pot I normally grow it in, way better idea. My lemon balm is so much happier. And then we have some yarrow right there and a little bit of hyssop still alive. Everything else looking a little rough, but that's okay. We also have our big beefsteak tomato over here. I don't have any tomatoes yet, but it's really starting to bush out and look really healthy and pretty. And then we have this random little nasturtium that I am just letting grow. It's gonna look like, grass in my garden pretty soon when that thing grows out. And I think we still have some radishes. Yeah, we have a couple little radishes left down here underneath the big beefsteak tomato. Now we did pull all of the potatoes out of here. This is where I'm going to be taking some of the soil out. I did the hugelkultur method, guys, and that soil is like really nice. So I'm going to take some of that out to fill some of the pots, and then I have compost that I'm going to be planting, or I'm going to be putting in here when I plant the potatoes. And then we just have some random peas or beans that have been growing. It's only like one bean plant, so it's like I'm getting like literally like one green bean. How useless, guys! Planted green beans this year, and I was like, it's the year. I haven't had a good green bean season in forever, so this is going to be the year. It was not the year. It was too hot. Now our mulberry tree is starting to lose her leaves now. She's going to go dormant for the winter, and yeah, I used to think that she was dead, but she's not. So we're good there. I'm excited to see how many mulberries we get this year because she's big. Look at how tall she is, guys. And then we have some cauliflower right below it right here in our fabric pots. So hopefully we get some cauliflower this year. That would be nice. We have our Dollar Tree pots, not really planted, so we are going to be going through and planting them. I'm going to be filling them with dirt too. But in here we have some butter crunch lettuce, and then we have some more cilantro. Not cilantro. Cilantro is there, but we do have some more celery, and then we have some spinach randomly here, which I should have planted way more spinach, guys. I really should have. And then in the middles we have the Tom Thumb tomatoes again. Now we also have some thyme here and here. This one is our lemon thyme, which is very yummy. I cooked some yesterday. I made some shepherd's pie with it. And then we also have another Tom Thumb tomato here and some more empty Dollar Tree pot. So guys, although I wish I had planted out the Dollar Tree pots, I never got around to it. And now I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I want to try putting green beans back in the Dollar Tree pots again. So I did it one year and we grew a couple before a storm came in and just destroyed the pots. So this year I want to get them in early, and yeah, before we get like the heavy rains for the spring and get gnats and storms and all that kind of stuff, I want to get them kind of stable. Also back here we have our curry tree, which smells so good. It's starting to really be fragrant right now, even though it's a little bit dormant too. We have a random green over there. That's going to be where one of our berries or grapes. I think it might be grapes that go right there. And then we also have our lime tree, which is going dormant too. And then we have more greens. You've guessed it. We have collard greens up here, more celery because why not? We have more celery down here because once again, why not? We have some empty spaces where we're going to be planting some garlic and some onions and stuff like that. We have our spearmint, which if you're not growing spearmint, you should. Spearmint is just one of the best smelling things, and it does really great for lamb. And then back here we have some fingerling carrots. So annoyed. This whole thing got mowed down, this one, by a little cabbage looper. So yeah, we had a cabbage liver hatch on here because it got warm enough, I guess, and it ate part of that one and then just mowed down that one. And then here we have an Anaheim pepper, which is spicy and delicious. We have some more celery because, once again, why not? Some kale there, one collard here, and some more kale. And then we have our green onions right in front. I moved them over here. They're liking this spot better, and they're starting to grow straight up versus at an angle where they're trying to get the sun. We have Diane growing right here, which I'm excited, guys. I think Diane is going to be a serrano pepper, which we need serrano peppers in our garden. We are getting low in the freezer. So fingers crossed that Diane is a serrano. And then we have some flowers that we're going to plant. We have a jalapeno, which, you know what? I'm going to take this sign out because that is not a poblano. I'm going to put this sign in here because that is the jalapeno. And this is also not a jalapeno. I think that this one is a serrano too. So we're going to see. I don't know, but we're going to see. And then we also have our cayenne pepper over here, which we're just waiting for these little cayennes to turn red. This has always been my favorite spot in the garden, unless I have a sunflower planted. Then I sit on the other side. But I just sit here and look at all the beautiful things in the garden and watch things grow. Alright guys, so that's it. That is the garden in all of its glory. I am super excited that it's just really producing a lot. I'm sitting here looking at the shishito peppers and they're just full of shishito peppers. That makes me so happy. But this is the last video for it wouldn't be an ending to one of my videos without a motorcycle. But this is the last video for 2023. I wish that you all have a great new year. And for those of you guys that are going out tonight, make sure you stay safe. Me and Mr. Benson will be here just ringing in the New Year's on the couch. So I'm excited for what 2024 is going to bring. I have a lot of videos coming up. This is like one of the height of our gardening seasons right now, so we get a lot of stuff coming in with harvesting. We're planting a lot and just doing a lot outside in the garden, so you guys will expect to get a lot of desert garden content. But until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye, guys.